Okay guys, another video on the Vosges DSX 900, day 2, 100 kilometers covered yesterday, 100 kilometers 0.9, so nearly 101. So I'm just going to go through a few things on the bike that I've put on. I've put on the screen that I told you about yesterday, which has helped tremendously, but I just want to quickly go through the app with you. Once you install the app on your phone, it gives you access to the camera and other features. So let's see if we can get close enough here. So if I click on the camera icon, you get a camera screen, so the front facing camera, click on that part and it connects the camera and it opens a preview. And what you can see is, if I wave my hand in front of the camera, if I can get round far enough, you can see my fingers waving in front of the camera there. So you get a preview of the camera, but if you hit record, it won't record till you put an SD card in the slot under the seat. So a very, very clear picture. You can expand it, record, and you can pretty much do everything. You can take a photo and record video directly from your phone, from the handlebars. And I would imagine you can do it from the menu, but I've not looked at that yet. So that's a quick feature of the phone connection. Like I say, I've done 100 kilometers. I've put a screen on the top. I wanted to talk a bit about the back boxes because a few people have asked about them. But firstly, I want to show you the two protectors I've put on the side. You can see the one just on the Vosges there. This just confirms that the engine and the casing is the same as the BMW F850 GS, because these are from AliExpress. I'll put a link in the description below. And I paid €18 for the two boot protectors, so you can see how near the side casing is to the brake on that side. If I wander around the other side and show you the other side, guys, same thing on this side, very easy to fit. There's just three, you need to take three of the bolts out. They come with a spacer washer to get the right torque setting when you put them back in. And again, you can see how close the gear change lever is to the side of the engine case, and it's a common problem on most off-road type bikes that you'll get a lot of wear off your boot on the side of the casing just under the Vosges symbol there. So they're just a very thick polycarbonate plastic, just been 3D printed, I would imagine, but very cheap off AliExpress. Fits exactly to the engine casing. There's no need to alter it in any way whatsoever. Simply take the three bolts out and make sure you put the spacer washers, the compression washers in between, because they're very hard to get the torque set, and if you don't, you're just going to be compressing the plastic. And yeah, that's done and dusted, so that's going to save it from a few scuffs on the side of the engine there. Right, the cases. A lot of speculation about the cases, people saying they're not going to get them, they're going to get aftermarket cases. Let's just zoom down a bit. I'm a bit close in on this camera. If it will, no, it won't. Okay, right. The top box. It's a single helmet top box. We've got a helmet here, which is a fairly big adventure style helmet. And we'll get it in there, and you can see it's in the case. The case is lined with a separate case inside that's stuck in with Velcro that comes out. If I shut the lid there, they've got a really, really good seal all the way around the lid. You can really feel the compression when you clamp it on. So clamp it down. Very solid built, all aluminium. There's no plastic components except for the bash parts on the corners. There again, they're moulded plastic, but very strong. Comes with an integral backrest, which has got the Vosges logo on. Side cases again, very similar to the GS, the F850 GS side cases. You've got a cutout on the right hand side for the exhaust. And if you open this side up, you can see obviously with the cutout you've got limited space in there, so they're very deep, again nicely lined with like a soft padded internal. These internals, if I can get my finger behind it, I did look yesterday, they're actually held in with Velcro. You can see the Velcro tabs there, so you can take them out and take them inside and clean them. Very soft and smooth. The same again, you're getting a warning inside the top box cases for speed and what they recommend. Fairly easy to take off. Similar sort of thing as the GS versions. You've got the lock at the bottom, you undo the clamp, pull them back and lift the case off. Good carrying handles on the top of both cases. The one on the left hand side of the bike, to actually get them off once they're unlocked, there's a pin underneath, so you push the pin up and then lift and pull back. If we can do it one-handed, there we go. And again, this side is quite voluminous, so you won't get a helmet in there, but you certainly get a lot of gear in there. Same again, nice padded lining on the inside. Yeah, so they're really, really good quality. You remember, if you look back in my videos, that I had the Himalayan and they had their own version of their top boxes on there, and they were pretty thin, flimsy things. These are very substantial boxes, all aluminium, well made, badged on the side Vosges. So they have got some branding, but I would imagine they're a generic back box system they've bought, and I would imagine, if I'm not mistaken, it's pretty much the same system as on the GS. Yeah, like I said before, the side protections for the bike for the foot brake and gear change lever, I'll put a link for them in the description below, and you can buy them off AliExpress. It was just a bit of a punt when I bought those guys. I mean, I thought €18 and it was free delivery. It was worth taking a chance on them fitting, and they're exactly the same. What I've noticed on AliExpress, and I may order one, is there's a really nice full cover bash plate that comes up around the front. Very substantial. There is a good bash plate on this, but it's a weird sort of design. If I get down under the bike, I'll try and get the camera right under, so you can see. Yeah, guys, I was saying about the bash plate underneath. Sorry, the camera cut off when it got to a certain amount of 4G video there. But yeah, you can see the sides not protected, the exhaust, some of the bits and pieces, some of the electronics underneath, sensors on. I'll try and zoom in a bit better. Sensors on the exhaust itself are pretty vulnerable to any bashes or large rocks. Likewise, the fender could do with an extender on just to keep any gunk from under there. If you look, there's the horn under there, there's electrical connectors to the horn, your sensors are there, and it's going to be pretty hard to clean under there. Starter motor looks like it's located under there as well. So, and the starter motor bolt there, you can see it going through. Let's try and zoom in a bit. You can see the steel starter motor bolt. They tend to rust on most bikes, so it probably worth greasing that up and giving it some protection. So I'm going to look at the bash plate. Like I said, the bash plate underneath is covering all the bottom of the sump on the bike, but ideally it could do with something a bit more substantial under there. Really, it's a good thickness of bash plate. It looks to be at least 3mm thick, and it'll probably do the job for mild off-roading and fire trails, etc. Yeah, so like I say, I put a link for the covers on the side casings. You can see there's a bolt underneath and one at the top, fits nicely around the oil filler, and the same the other side. So guys, I'll get out and do some riding, have a bit more of a tootle around, and at some point I'll do a full review, although there are reviews out there, but most of them are in Spanish or other languages. So I'll do a full review, what I think of the bike, and I'll let you know. So keep an eye on the page, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, you'll get notifications coming through, and I'll talk more about the bike in a later video. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.